Okay, this video takes us from Seattle Center to the south end of Lake Union, a little past the end there. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so here I'm just leaving Seattle Center. Behind me is the Experience Music Project. And it's a little awkward here. What I'm doing is riding on the sidewalk. You may be able to see why here, driving past the parking garage on the left. What I'm needing to do is stay on the left-hand side because of the sort of current temporary nature of the roadway. Okay, so I'm getting on the sidewalk that then is going to go underneath an overpass. I usually don't encounter a lot of people on this sidewalk. If I do, I slow down or walk my bike for a bit. Oh, here I'm encountering someone right now. Looks like I squashed him. So if I was on the other side of the road, it would take me to a place I don't want to go. That's why I'm on the left side here. Now that bicyclist was riding on the road. I do not consider this a safe place to ride. There's a lot of traffic here, and there's no there's no extra room here. And the sidewalk is, it's hard to tell here, but it's quite tall. It wouldn't be easy to jump up onto it quickly. Okay, then there's a bit to pay attention to just coming up here, because I'm actually going to get off this road. You could follow it, but then you have to get back. It's more efficient to do what I'm about to do. Which is take a left and go across the gravel for just a little bit here. I'm getting out to this road. You're going to see there's a ton of construction in this area, so things have changed quite a lot. But basically, I'm just trying to head east now down this road. As you can see, lots of construction. And it's just staying on the same road. I've crossed one intersection, now here's the second one that you don't even have to stop for because there's no cross traffic right now. And as you can see, they've made sure that there's a pathway for pedestrians and bicyclists. Okay, now we're at the south end of Lake Union, and over to the left, I'm not sure if I'm going to show this to you. Oh, yes, I am. Okay. That building in the distance, that's the new Museum of History and Industry in Mohi. I haven't actually been in there, but I've heard it's very nice. And this whole park area is relatively new. I don't know, maybe 5 years old or something, maybe more. So the most efficient route would have been to just continue straight on that sidewalk, but I'm going here partly so you can see and partly because it's more interesting. And there's a little center for wooden boats here. In fact, I think I guess I didn't show it to you. But if you like boats, you might be intrigued by that as well. Sometimes there are people making boats here, as you can probably guess. So again, this is one option. I could be over on the sidewalk. Oh yeah, I forgot I'd done this. This is a route I like to take. It probably gets a little busy here on the weekends when I'm commuting. There was almost no one here. But again, you don't have to take this route. You can just stay out by the road. I'm hoping this will be obvious to you when I get back to the road. And that's why I'm going to do something I usually don't do. I think I'm going to cross the grass. I usually try not to do that. So the basic idea is we're hugging the south end of Lake Union. It doesn't really matter whether you take this route I'm taking, or sometimes I ride in these parking lot areas. Again, during commuter hours, there's very little activity in the parking lot, so it feels like a safe way to go. You can also go on the sidewalk. There are, again, during commuter hours, there are often people walking there, so I kind of prefer to avoid that. The road, again, is one that sometimes bicyclists ride on, but it's a fairly busy road and there's no extra space, so I don't like doing that. And as you can see, other cyclists do this as well. Off to the left, as you may have seen, there are marinas and some nice views out onto the lake. And there are a bunch of restaurants here along the left. Over to the right across the street, oh, there we can see the light rail there, the orange one. Across the street there are some medical research centers. There's a big Seattle Cancer Care Alliance. It has both sort of clinical space and research space. The building, if you see up to the right with those smokestacks, that was an old, I hope I'm going to get this right, it was an old power plant, and the smokestacks didn't make me think it was a steam plant, obviously, but at one point, in ancient history, there actually was a hydroelectric plant there. I shouldn't say these things, I'm not very confident of it. But it's an interesting old building, regardless. It's been refurbished as, I think, just office buildings now. Okay, this looks like I'm doing something bad, but this actually is the appropriate way to get across this bridge on a bicycle. This is a bicycle pedestrian trail. And there's that interesting building right there on the right. Oh, and over on the left, I don't know if you can see, but there's a seaplane area, so you actually can fly from here, like up to the San Juan Islands, and I don't know where else. And I think you can do little tours as well of Seattle. Okay, here's an awkward little place. You have three options. None of them seem quite right. This is the one I usually take. The one to the right seems like it's for traffic only going the opposite direction. The one further to the left, it's even harder to get by people on. So I take this middle right. And then I'm going to take a left here. Of course, you need to be careful about anyone drivers taking a left. Oh, and that's the end of this video.